seek and you shall find. Cheers. Remember, don't drink and drive. Bonjour, hello, welcome to MaxMountainWorld. Today we've got a beautiful clear day again. We've had about a week of storms, rain, snow, wind, you name it. We had it all the seasons in 1 week, as it were. So today, lovely day out, managed to get a bit of lunch. So today I'm just going to have a look around. I'm going to go and look at specific things that are about here that people would normally miss. Stuff that I don't miss because I'm so damned observant. And here we go, here's a little video for today, just a little look around. Starting off from the north, we've got a cloud, but nothing to panic about. I'm just heading round a quick 360 before I get kicked off in the main part of this, and yeah, there's not much more in the way of clouds up past the Busalenk, up the back of the ski area now, and we've got another cloud and a few more. Yeah, so this is the direction that the weather comes from. So perhaps we're going to get something later on, who knows. But beautiful clear day today, and as you see from the intro, quite warm as well, still warming up. It's only about 1 o'clock at lunchtime here. So just let's have a wee look through between the buildings here and the Parc des Écrins. You can see baked and beautiful sunshine and a few clouds on top. So just heading round. Obviously I'm down at the main station here of Les-Orres 1650, so we'll go back round to this cloud. Let's get on and I'll show you some other stuff. Before I came to the Alps in 2007, I just thought that the Alps was just skiing and that was it, but since found out there's a whole host of other stuff. Skiing's quite a small part of it, although it is one of the biggest. So one of the things that you have is the ski lift pass office, which generates huge queues normally, and that's for the skiing sport. Obviously the main station here, you've got all sorts of ski hire, you've got the ski school, you've got the restaurants, the bars and stuff, and this peak vert lift. Now just to the right of that is the motoneige. That's where you can go up in a company of people with 5, 6, sometimes more of these snow scoot things, and yeah, that's it. I've never done that yet, but I'm going to do it next winter. Up above there you can see all the rails and everything. That's all the luge. It's a sledge on rails. Fantastic things. These are dotted around all the resorts and stuff, but what I'm going to do is just up behind here, up there, I'm going to go and check out and see what's up there. Just on the way past, this is our newest lift system. They're tremendous things. What a piece of engineering in there. Make a comment below. I can do a video on this. I'm not really up to that just now. I would need to get some permissions and all sorts of things. But make a comment below if you want to see a video on the makings of these things. I'll probably cover that anyway with the ski lifts that are going on up at Les-Orres 1800. This little cloud seems to have exploded, but above it you can see all this wispy, very very high sort of misty cloud, and that's the direction stuff's coming from. We're probably going to get a bit more not so good weather coming up soon. And of course, just being a little bit higher up than I was just now, across to the Écrins again, and just beautiful over there. That snow just melting away nicely. And just up behind here, this is the piece that comes down to the main station, and you can see that the snow has melted right back. Gradually it's just heading up. The snow melt is heading up the mountain, And as I've said in previous videos, that'll all be melted. There'll be no snow at the end of summer. Now these storms recently, this last week, the snow line, the freeze line, it's kind of fluctuated between about 1700 metres below my place and up to about 2.3, 2.4. And you can see when we look over to Opion, you can see it snowed continuously up there above those levels. And yeah, they'll keep doing that from time to time, but it'll melt pretty quickly, and like I say, that'll all be gone end of summer. And also down below here, you can see just beside that snow pistol, that's an archery area. You can see the stands, that's where they set up whatever it is they set up, and all the targets will all be scattered around the area between there and me here, right up to the edge of that fencing there. But obviously there's a huge banking over the side there that you know, there's all sorts of stuff set up so that stray arrows don't come firing up and kill people or maim people or whatever. And just up behind me here, just before I get to my destination, you can see this black fencing, and that's a fencing off area. I think it's some kind of equestrian thing. There's a lot of sort of equestrian type jumps and stuff there. So another thing here is the jungle adventure. Let's go and check that out. Now, this is the building for it all. They'll have all the stuff inside. Little cafeteria, we can get cokes, you can get pizza bits, all sorts. And here's all the things it tells you it goes on. It's paintball goes on here, laser game, that's fantastic. I did a video on that a while back, and I wonder what all the rest is. But the main thing here, the jungle adventure, is the high wire thing, and acro branch it calls itself. The paintball is the Warzone. And a little diagram showing you what's what and where's where and stuff. So a little seating area out here for your drinks and your munchies and whatnot. And up behind here, all of the high wire thing. Now I've never been on this one, but when I was in Switzerland back at the end of the noughties, I used to take kids round one of these every week, where I would lead on and they would follow, and it was quite an adventure, right enough. Some of these go up so high, it's unbelievable, but you've got the safety carabiners attached to the safety wires and stuff, and there is a method to it that you're taught, and you got to walk on things like up and down these little padded wire things. There's other ones above, you can see away up there, you can walk along that thing too, away up high. I mean, look at the height of that. Excellent. So it goes round, it does all sorts of things. There's different routes, maybe 3 or 4 of them, and I'm just spotting something down below here as well. I think that's the area where they do the Warzone. So let's go and carry on and see what else we got. And before I go, there's more stuff where you can be walking across sort of like a set of logs, walking across a green fencing thing. Just through the back there you can see this sort of fencing tube thing that you crawl through and come out the other end, and as I say, with a huge drop underneath it. Just looking at side on at the Luge, you can see the structure of this. Quite a feat of engineering really, as it heads round, protected, and then when it's down closer to the ground it does nothing. And then, well, it goes round a bend and then it goes through a tunnel, it comes out the other side, does a couple of twirlies and whatnot, and then we rejoin this as it comes round and round and ends up down the bottom there at the station. So just head down here, and yeah, quite steep, quite rocky, but quite firm because it's been rained on very, very recently. And yeah, there's a lot of activity goes on, a lot of areas dedicated to the bulls, the pétanque, which is the French bulls game that you play and stuff. Very popular in France, and that happens all over the place as well. There's indoor bowling, there's snooker, pool, there's stuff like that as well, and various bars and things. And that's basically what goes on, apart from the skiing side, apart from the mountain walky bit and all the rest of that. So great time of year just now when there's nobody about to be able to just go and just wander around all this stuff and have a look, you know, see what's what. Like, that's the first time I've been up to where I've just been, up there to the warfare department, the jungle adventure and all that stuff. Fascinating. I've done these things in other places. I've done the paintballing. I used to do that regularly actually in Scotland. I used to do it every week for a couple of years. And wow, just a fantastic time of year to be about, especially when the weather breaks and it's clear like this. And of course there's flying as well. I'll put a link in the top right of the screen right now to when I went flying. And also the entranceways to one of the forests on the way up to the other station. In between the two, there's all this rock climbing stuff that you can do as well. With diagrams on how to climb rocks. Probably a little bit of wind in this, but I'll try and avoid that. Yeah, just so stuff at the side of the road. Sometimes you can stop and just peer over the side and you'll catch animals unexpectedly. But there's none about here because I've already been here. But looking over the other side there at these cliffs, and they're massive. They're about 200-foot drop from the bottom of the tree level down to the river below. And yeah, just sheer. And I'm going to go a bit of zoom in. You can have a look. It's quite interesting, some of the rock formations and colours and stuff. I'm doing this all handheld, so if it's all a bit shaky, please forgive me. This is the rocks here. I don't know what the black stuff is. Brown stuff is evidence of iron in the rock, I do believe. Just below this, the main station as well, right next to it. That's it up there. And we've got the skating rink and the nightclub. The nightclub is the Grotte de Yeti. Now, I've never actually been in these places, and I don't know what's in them, but they are there. So there we go, ski resorts. It's not just skiing, it's not just mountain walking, mountain biking's a big thing as well. Generally speaking, most of the average to big ski resorts will actually open about 10% of their ski lifts in summer to take bikes up and stuff, and also to take people up walking and whatever. We've got a tiny glacier up here and people like to take the kids up there sledging and stuff like that. That's a way up the top, up the very, very top. But yeah, it's there's other stuff goes on. It's quite interesting. It was quite interesting at the beginning of my my alpine times to discover all this stuff. But there's a lot more as well than I've just covered. I've just covered some of the stuff that the station puts on. Now the big thing here, as I've said in previous videos, is this Tyrolean zip wire, which is going from over there to over there. And it's massive. It's just over a mile long. It drops about 1,000 feet, and you'll get up to about 80 miles an hour on it, prone. I've been on one of them before. They're not quite so common in the Alps. Maybe 1 in 20, 30 resorts has them. Usually it's the bigger ones that have them. This is a new thing that's happening here. It's going to be fantastic. It'll come right over the main area, the main ski area, and it'll skim over the tops of some of the trees and one of the little ridges. So keep an eye on that, keep subscribing, and you'll follow what's happening in the updates that I'm going to do in that very, very soon. I've just picked up some fantastic information from someone this morning on that, so there's more videos to come on that. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, keep subscribing, and until the next video, ciao!